Hello, so I have some more elaborate guides on the channel, but this is the short guide for new players who just wanted to get into the game and not worry too much about other things. Now, this is the perfect base if you ask me, because you don't need a very big base, you just need the basics. Also recommend you design it something like this so you have a very fast access to everything. So this is a chest, this is the thing where you destroy the stuff, select all, disassemble. You need about 4 smelters depending on how much you play, and of course the supply bench, the crafting bench, over here is the stove. Now, the garage and the other stuff you'll unlock a bit later. Now you may be wondering what is the most important thing to do. Well, in the beginning just do the main quest until you get the motorcycle, then build your base anywhere you like. Because you can move the base super easy, you just have to go anywhere you want to move your base. Press B and then press Z and it will actually bring up the base. So the key is Z to move your base while you're in the building menu. You also complete a lot of messages and complete a lot of objectives and you'll get a lot of messages. You may be wondering, well, what's that? Is it important? Is it not important? Well, that's kind of like the way to play the game, so you should really follow the guides on what the game tells you to do. So the most important thing is the season goal. You do this by pressing F3. And over here, you will see some immediate objectives you have to complete. You get a lot of items as well, but as you can see, it's just the normal objectives that you can complete pretty fast. And at some point you'll just get a lot of energy and some other stuff over here, and then you'll be able to unlock even a skin and some other stuff. You also have a few events over here, which I'm not sure what they mean. You also have the regular events, which is kind of like your daily thing. You'll get a daily resource to get some other stuff, but mostly you should take the activators and the adrenaline shots. In case you die, you can resurrect with that. There's some other stuff you can get over here. Again, if you want to get into it, it's okay. I don't really care for now. So that's the F3 shop, which also brings the events, but also this is the battle pass. The battle pass is easy. When you gain experience, you gain experience for the battle pass as well. And the rewards, well, I'll not speak about the cash shop, that's another thing. There are mostly cosmetics over here if you buy, but there are some other stuff. Tarochrome is the most important resource in the game. So claim your resources pretty often so you can advance a little faster, but don't use any of them until you know how they are used. So that was the seasonal stuff and the other stuff. Now let's go over here, press escape. Evolutions goal, this is the first season, this is the season goal. Now this is also very important because here is where you get most of your meme points. Over here in phase 1 you will have a lot of objectives like secure and do some other stuff. And well, I just look at them, they're pretty easy to make. Like, the probably hardest one is to do the PvP stuff, but usually it's very easy to make, like what, cook 5 dishes, recalibrate +4 on a weapon, 5 furniture. And when you complete this, you'll actually get meme points. And that's going to be super important as well, because this is going to be your main source of meme points and some other resources here and there, but also Starcraft and some of the other stuff. Now, there are some other stuff you can look at, but yeah, I don't know, it's a lot of annoying stuff. I just told you what is the important stuff that actually helps you in-game. So, we went through the event, we went through the... Yeah, I know, it's a bit annoying and it's a bit long and it's a bit tedious if you want to think of it like that. And then, let's go back to the base management. What are deviations? Well, deviations are little creatures that will help you advance a little faster in the game. Now, this is a diggy boy. Basically, you can find them by mining silver or any other resource in the game, but you mostly find them by mining silver. What is silver? Well, it's silver and it can spawn your copper ore, so be on the very lookout for very important ores like that. One of these guys, the cleaner, you can actually get by doing the Teddy quest, which should be in one of the houses in the starting area, but again, you just have to plead. Oh yeah, to plead, press X and plead. And you'll have to go through some other stuff. I just recommend you look at all of this stuff in order to add the things to your plead bar, because it's going to be really annoying. So, how do you do this? Well, you also have the Schematics, press O. This is where you unlock most of your things. Now, what are the important things to get in the beginning? Well, you'll be level locked and also a little bit locked on the materials you can have, so you can just go up to bronze crafting over here. Don't worry about the other stuff. Even if you can select them, you cannot use them, so don't go too fast because you'll need to see what you need for your materials. I think this is a mistake a lot of people will make. They'll just run out of mimetic points and they'll not even be able to use what they have. As you can see, we can craft the bronze pickaxe. It's not so bad. This is where you craft the fishing rod and the other stuff you'll need. And over here, you have to go into infrastructure, essential tools, ammunition. Just go into ammunition 1, HP recovery 1, gear, long range firepower, it's important. And then you can also go up to here. Intermediate gear workbench is not going to be workable for you because you cannot build it because, again, of the more rare materials you need, which you can only find by exploring harder areas of the game. As you can see, that was level 20, so don't worry too much. Even though you can unlock stuff, you cannot use them, so focus on your other tasks. And that's basically defensive. Now, this is over here the most important thing in logistics. Now, you might think, well, it's stoves and stuff, you don't need it. Well, you need it. You need it quite fast. So first of all, get the copper pickaxes, the other stuff over there. Then go for the gear. And then go over here to basic storage and garage. And basic furniture to build a bed, which is the only thing that will allow you to recover HP and sanity. Just sleep in it. You also get better beds from the shop, from the settlement. But more about that a bit later. Now you may think, why is this so important? Later on you'll be getting some crafting recipes, some cooking recipes that will allow you to, let's say, mine faster, get more resources, get more experience and some other stuff. So don't neglect any of the stuff that is over here because you'll have a lot of points and you'll have nothing to spend them on in the first season. So I recommend you go over here to dishes, and when you have enough, go into the rainwater and the solar generator as fast as possible. And also the securement unit, because this will allow you to raise the limit to 10 on how many Pokemons you can have, and later it can be even higher. So why are the Pokemon so important? Pokemons are basically your passive gathering while you're away, or even if you're in the game, they can still find a lot of good stuff for you. Now, you may think, well, that's not a lot. Yes, but I have a few of them. So, tin ore, iron ore, sulfur ore. It's the iron ore. And what they gather, I think, is mostly dependent on where your base is. So, after you're done with the first area, you should really move to the second area of the game, which is the Broken Delta, level 12. I mean, you can make your base anywhere. Just don't make it in the starter area, and just make it somewhere where it's above level 10. Some of these guys will even give more interesting items, so he didn't find anything. Well, work faster, little guy. Some of these guys will also give you materials that you can craft certain things with, which will seem a little weird, but all of the crafting recipes done by your Pokemon, I'll just call them Pokemons, will be over here. And yeah, Space Twister, that has a weird name to it, and they can do various things like various upgrades, jump higher, even jump higher. Yes, you can have a lot of cool stuff with the Pokemons, as you can see. And this was one of the more rare variants. Now, you can make them gather items and minerals. Can you make them gather wood? Yes, you can find some beaver Pokemons. They're mostly going to be on the shores or on the beaches, but they're a little harder to find, and I wouldn't bother with that since it's easy to get the wood in the beginning of the game. And you also don't need a lot of structures here, but I also recommend you build a composting bin. And put all of the spoiled food over here, so it can be turned into fertilizer. Yeah, you have to go into this stuff very early into the game, otherwise later on it will seem like a big chore to do it. Rain collector. Now, let's go into some of the more serious stuff. So, logistics over here, you also have the vending machine. And you also have the wish machine. The vending machine is to basically sell stuff to people, but that's not so important in the beginning, but you can also buy stuff from people. So another very important thing will be the wish machine over here, which is your main way of getting other skins, or not skins, schematics. So in the beginning of the game you should just complete all of the locations, just do all of the objectives, you'll get some schematics, sometimes you'll get guns, sometimes you'll get other stuff, but as you can see the map is pretty big and you'll have to probably play for about 50 hours to do all of the tasks. For example, over here we have, and the tasks will become harder and harder to obtain the schematics. So that's the primary way of getting the schematics. The secondary way of getting the schematics is through here. Ferrochrome is the resource that you need to get more schematics or better schematics or improve your schematics. And then the Stardust source will be the thing that you'll be using to upgrade your weapons. As you can see, you can even have a fish, don't worry about it. So you have crafting, repair. This is how you repair stuff. Then calibrate is how you upgrade them. But again, don't upgrade anything. Don't use your main resources until you're in the end game. It's pretty pointless to upgrade something at this point of the game anyway. Oh, speaking about repair. This is how you repair your motorcycle. Go to the garage and G. I guess we just have to roll for stuff over here. I don't think we have to hit them, but I'll just do it so I can, for a better visual effect, I guess. These are all of the schematics we got. We got the pike. Why did we get the pike? Icebreaker frag. Yeah, basically. Okay, let me speak about the weapons a little bit. We got all of the rewards for the first season or for the first draw. And this will unlock a bit later, so you cannot play the game with the better weapons in the beginning of the game. You just have to wait until this is resolved. Okay, let's play this as well. Yeah, I know. It's so weird. What that was it? I guess I got the S stuff, the S and the A stuff, which is the important stuff. And you'll... Oh. Okay, I guess you can play. But you used up all of our currency. Darkroom. You can get all of the rewards from a season in the wish machine, because after a while you just complete all of them. So you will get everything that is shown over here, but it will be in a random fashion. And sometimes you'll get the S stuff, sometimes you'll not get the S stuff. Sometimes you'll get it first, sometimes you'll get it last, but you'll eventually get everything. I'm not sure what I even obtained. Oh no, I have to go, oh yeah. To go into blueprints. And you have to actually fuse them together to get the recipe sometimes. So just go over here into blueprints and fuse whatever you have. I completely forgot about this thing. Yeah, it's a bit annoying. I don't know why they did it like this. We have a bow. I'm not very excited about the bow. I guess you should also kind of hover over all of these things so you know what you can craft and you know what you have. But most of the schematics you'll not get from the draw. Like I said, just complete all of the objectives in all of the starting areas. And then you'll be able to craft a revolver. Or not. Remember, put everything on tier 1. Tier 2 will be a little bit later when you can do some other stuff. Now, why am I crafting this and why am I showing this? Because the best weapons in the games are the one that will kill enemies super fast, and that means two things. Damage 306, damage 136. So I recommend you use the revolver, and over here you use the sniper rifle. Primary weapon revolver, secondary sniper. So don't forget to equip a good melee weapon because you'll need it. Now you may be wondering why do I have the rusty crossbow over here. Is because I want to complete some of those seasonal stuff that I showed you. So I have to kill enemies with a headshot from the crossbow. And it's also the thing that will give you the most ammo efficiency possible. So not if you want to make 2000 LMG bullets, be my guest, but it's just better if you just craft 500 bullets for the pistol, and it will be much easier to craft them. And also you'll not spend as many resources and money on stuff like that is not that useful anymore. So yeah, you'll also get blueprints for some of the armors, but that's also a little bit later, and as you can see, you'll not even unlock 25% of the total blueprints. Even if you finish the entire season, 6 weeks, if you play day and night, you'll still not be able to get them because some stuff will require basic pay to win. Now let's go into the city, because in the city we also have a few things to talk about. Yeah, so you can also catch a lot of Pokemon. Some of the Pokemons will deal damage to enemies, some of the Pokemons will create a cover for you. But it's more important to get the ones that get the resources. Oh, I forgot to show. Okay, we have to go back to the base because we'll have to go for the power system as well. FPS went down the drain. can also sell stuff to them, so some of the stuff you produce in your base will be super expensive. Mostly will be the consumables or stuff like this, like the soda. This is just hydration, so you can sell it. You can also sell some of the tools you make. Don't sell the stuff you will use, grenades or explosives. You can also sell pickaxes and some other stuff, and that's how you make the energy if you don't have it, but don't worry, you'll have a lot of it. So you can also buy some stuff over here. I bought the activators, which are important to heal, but also the gun attachments, super important to have those. Commissions. Don't forget to look at the commissions over here. Well, you can also use V, press tab, for the commission boards. But as you can see, I already completed that and already claimed my rewards over there. Severin is another very important NPC because he will sell you the stuff. Now this is another very important material, the Stellar Planula. You will get Starochrome crates, and that will give you Starochrome that you can use to get more blueprints. Very important. I don't recommend you spend the Stellar Planula on anything else, because the guns, no matter how you use them, will be great. So only spend that on Starochrome crates. As you can see, they are also limited, so you cannot buy most of them anyway. And also have another NPC that will handle stuff from events like the car. So yeah, also do the events, the disco, the car intercepts, but that will be a PvP event. And some of the other stuff that will give you other resources that you can spend at another NPC that is not here now. Okay, let's go back to the base. So yeah, do all of the events, get familiarized with all of the resources, but this is basically 100 hours of game, what you learn in 100 hours of game time, just me saying it very, very fast. By the way, you can teleport to your base, but the cooldown, there is a cooldown. 10-minute cooldown, so it's much better to put your base near a teleport tower, because you can go back to your base, teleport to another location, and then use a tower to come back to the base. Again, it's just for efficiency's sake. You can just see what you need or what you like. So like I said, you can build most of this. Don't bother with the salt, it's kind of annoying to get the salt. The planters are very important, but just prepare for them by using the compost bin and some of the other stuff. Now the power facility, this is the important stuff. You'll not be able to access the power stuff until much later, but what do you need the power for? Well, mostly I would say you need them for the Deviants. The Deviants will gain more power. Anyway, let's just say that they work faster. If they have electricity, they work faster. Red light, electricity, as you can see, this will improve their recovery and some of the other stuff. And at some point, you'll just be able to leave them alone to work in the base. And as you can see, the limit is 10, but you can also increase it to 20 later. So it's easy. You just build the solar generator like this, and then you connect the wire to it. It's very, very easy, but there is a catch to all of this stuff. You might think, well, why is it so simple? There is a limit to everything you can build. It's not really well shown over here, but there is a limit to the amount of generators you can build. So at some point, you'll just have to delete your generators and build better ones. The generators will be needed for electric stoves, electric furnaces, and some of the other stuff for later use. And that means you'll not use so much wood for cooking and for the other stuff. Also remember, everything you have, process everything you have, because that's experience. That's not for free. You will get a lot of experience just by doing this. And this is the character level. Some weapons and equipment can only be equipped at certain levels. So even if you have the equipment, you will still not be able to use it if you don't have enough experience. So do a lot of crafting. That's the main point, the main idea, and the main thing. Now, I think we have everything we need to play the game at a very, very good level. The only thing we have to explain and talk about is the specializations. This will be a hard one. Because based on your luck, you'll get some really good stuff, but you can also get very unlucky. And I think this is where the cash shop will come in, because you will be able to reset this stuff. So what you pick in the beginning of the game will be different to what you pick in the end game. In the end game, you'll probably want some other stuff. So you can get this one. Is very good because you'll have more resources from the same stuff. Remember, you need to craft the pickaxe. So some of the items you will craft that will give you the bonuses, you need to have them in your inventory, but some of them you also need to use. So if you take this perk before you craft the pickaxes will not work. So you need to craft new pickaxes. That's how some of this stuff will work. Sometimes you just need to put something in your backpack, sometimes you need to craft new tools. Now let me make some choices so you can understand this process better. You will not really need this since you'll be crafting a lot of stuff later, and as you see, I'm just focusing on Pokemon to help me with gathering so I don't have to do that on my own, so I also have the improved pickaxes so I don't need this. This could be interesting, but we'll not really use a lot of explosives to kill enemies because it's not really worth it in the beginning, maybe in the end game, but not even then. Chef knife, this will be important, but it's just meat and some of the other stuff again. Depends on also your playstyle. My choice over here would be the 64 item slots, which will be annoying because the normal chests have only 32. You'll need about 3 chests, one for the disassembled stuff, one for the rare resources and the processed minerals like the bars and stuff like that, and then another chest just as a dump chest. Oh yeah, and you also need one for the crops and some of the other stuff because you'll get a lot of seeds and you really want to manage them. Oh yeah, I also forgot this. I guess I'm forgetting stuff, but I'm remembering them as I play. Food will spoil, so you'll also need to make a refrigerator. Food will be kept in the refrigerator that spoils. If it doesn't spoil, keep it in a crate, otherwise be careful, that will also need power. And the 32 limit is nowhere near enough what you need. Oh yeah, no, I forgot to show you this as well. So click and hold left click to aim in third person. If you just click right click, it will go into first person, which is annoying. So click and hold. Oh yeah, I was about to show you what the crate looks like. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it either, so we'll be looking at it. Okay. The look storage crate. So I guess it's a little bit annoying because you need to play more of the game in order to actually use the things you unlock, but it's nice. So having a 64 slot crate will be amazing. It will also be the dump chest, it will be everything. So this will be upgraded to a 64 slot when I can build it. And then I can just build a lot less of them. It might not seem important, but trust me, you don't want to waste time with doing stuff in your base when you can be out fighting. Okay, this is the important stuff. So 30% more yield. It's useless because you can just get more items, and in the end game you have a lot of items that you will not be using because once you switch from a zone to another, you'll not be using the same things. What do I mean by that? So in this zone we'll be using this type of plastic, waste plastic. In another zone we'll use another type of plastic, another type of resources. So it's redundant to keep your first tier resources when you will need completely different things for the other tiers. Like this, like the all-purpose plastic, which is the next upgrade, the standard parts, the beryllium crystals. Again, we'll just be switching to something much better. So that's a trap. Careful with the traps. Not worth it. Backpack expansion. Increase max load by 40 to 80. Okay, that's going to be worth it. Also, as you can see, it's a thing. So I guess we can craft it multiple times for better things. This will probably be my choice. Regarding the backpack and weight limits, they are mostly dependent on your gear. Remember, you'll have some gear bonuses. So this is gathering speed 15%, max load plus 20, and some stamina cost reduction and some other stuff. But different gear will have different types of bonuses, and choose your gear according to the bonus. So there'll be PvP, PvE gear, farming gear, and so on. So it's annoying, I know. What can we do? Portable rainwater. Oh, you can recover hydration, but again, you don't really want this since having water is easy. Battle hardened. Now, I'm not sure about the base defense stuff. I think this will also be important, but again, I'm not sure how much I will use it since I'm going to be playing alone. So, yeah, this thing. Backpack expansion. And most of the new formulas will be over here in the supply workbench. Wait, how much time does it need to do that? Kind of a long time. Okay, I'll have to wait until it's done crafting. Okay, some people will be upset about this, which will be a little bit annoying. Cradle. I forgot what we... I think this is also for upgrades and some of the other stuff, but that will give us enough time to go into another important thing. So, when you're doing these events over here, when you're doing all of the objectives, you'll also be getting some interesting things like mods for your gear. So what is that? Well, that basically means you can put a mod on everything, but the annoying part is, yeah, you probably will see that in the end game you'll get much better stuff, so it's not so important in the beginning. So this is a beginner guide, so that's why I didn't mention it until now. 3% trade rate, to be honest, is not that good. There will be so much better effects you can have. Like for this I'll just prefer the melee damage. But everything you equip will allow you to live for longer periods of time and also deal more damage. I prefer the defensive stuff, to be honest, because I just want to farm without ever needing to heal or to stop. Also, the mods will be dependent on the slot, so that's another thing I don't like about the game. So you might find a great slot for your boots, but you might also have 5 great items for the boots, so yeah. That's going to be annoying. So sometimes you just have to change everything just because you find a new item. I guess you have to put that since you don't have a better option. Let's put that crit amplifier. So now as you can see, everything is locked and ready. His own backpack. There are a lot of things. So my scientist is 109 and my HP, for details, is 1500. I'm not sure how much HP I had before, but it's probably a lot more now. Just have to carry them in your backpack. And this is by 40, so I'm not sure how you get the better effect. I think you might be able to craft it at the improved supply workbench, and that might give you more bonuses. I'm not sure. I don't care that much anyway. It's not too heavy, so I guess I can just have both of these. And my load is 150 now, which is kind of amazing because that means I can farm for a long time. Also, here is where you craft the stupid butterflies that you can leave messages. This is also where you make the fuses. So the whispers that are just made with wood. Put them in your hotbar, it's just drag and drop. Try to post. Yeah, anyway, that's all you need to know from about 100 hours of playtime that I did. Now, this is only a beginner guide and there are a lot of stuff that I didn't even mention over here. But you'll be okay if you just follow these basic guidelines. Have fun, bye bye.